to Wild Moos. I'm Nicole.
And I'm Amy.
And we are bringing you a real, raw and raucous podcast.
An unfiltered truth behind running a business and running a family.
Dive in.
Hey, Nick.
Hi, Ames.
How are you, gorgeous?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay, thanks. You've been a little bit, what's the word, sassy this morning.
Oh, right. She's always fucking whinging about whether I'm in a bad mood, happy mood, unhappy.
Am I really?
You're annoyingly perceptive. I think we share that skill set.
Okay, so Nick's come in a little bit ragey and sassy today.
Wouldn't describe it as ragey.
No?
No.
No, okay.
Absolutely delightful.
You are an absolute dreamboat.
Yes. Thank you.
How's your week been?
It's all right. What day is it?
Well, it's Tuesday, but how was last week? What have you been up?
I don't know. What have I been doing? Surviving, managing life with 2 little ones and a puppy that is literally like shark attacks.
Marketing Foundation, you've done a few of them.
Done a few of those. I feel like it's been a bit of a flurry of people wanting strategic, creative input, which is lovely.
It's lovely, isn't it? It's nice that
really
people are doing it.
Yeah.
And working on that part of their business.
What about you, Toots?
Toots! I have got my alcohol licence. So I got it for Farnham and Horsham, came through last week, finally.
Yeah.
So I've been working on that. I'm bringing in some beverages into the saloons.
Into the saloons.
Saloons. So, do you know what though? Like, I'm so decisive on big shit, but on little shit, I just can't.
It's too much.
I
feel like it's really hard to
hard.
support you on this. Like last week, I don't know if you recall, we had a conversation and I was with you for your whole walk around Morrison's, for your whole debate around what soft drinks to go with. Like, should it be San Pellegrino or should it be Dash? Yeah. What do you think? I really want the kids to. I'm going to get the girls to try some, and then I felt like I was in every single crevice of that thought, mate.
Is it really boring?
I wouldn't describe it as boring. I was definitely trying to multitask, just in the same way as when I was having a moan at you later on that same phone call, and I was like, "Are you there?" And you were like, "Yeah, just looking at some wallpaper for Willow." Are you fucking kidding me?
She was proper ranting, and you know sometimes you just need to be a great friend and let people rant.
Yeah.
And you were like proper going in, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to listen, and I can multitask. I was listening to every word you were saying, but I was also looking for wallpaper.
Yeah. I know. I know that really well because you then said, "Oh, Debenhams is actually quite good."
I was looking for bedding, wasn't
yes.
I? Yeah.
I wasn't. Yeah, sorry, you're right.
So yeah, the drinks. It's been a big decision.
Clearly. What did you decide in the end, Amy? On this boring life decision that we've lived out.
Well, the thing is, I actually wanted to partner with some brands that are aligned with me, Moos. And also brands that I like.
Yeah.
And stuff. Like Moth Cocktails was a no-brainer for me because I absolutely love their drinks.
Yes.
So we partnered with them and they were brilliant from the offset. So we've got margaritas, mojitos and espresso martinis, which are my 3 favourites anyway.
Let's make it all about
It's not just about me. And then I did choose San Pellegrino because I ordered San Pellegrino and Dash. This is how much thought goes into shit.
Oh, yawny. Here we go. I'm hearing it for the 7th time.
I won't even bother telling you. You know what? You asked me. And then I got the kids to try it. I mean, have you ever tried Dash?
No.
It tastes like flavoured water, that's it. Like, I get it. There's no sugar, there's no sweetness, there's no nothing. But it is just sparkling water with a hint of lime, with a hint of raspberry. It's just not my jam.
It's a very adult,
Yeah, it wasn't right. But then I have a real issue with San Pellegrino and artificial sweeteners. Because I have a real issue with artificial sweeteners. I hate the taste. I hate it so bad. And I can spot it a mile away.
Yeah.
And San Pellegrino, because of the fucking sugar levy and all of that shit, have removed half their sugars and replaced it with
fake
stevia. You know, the natural one.
Uh-huh.
But, oh my God, it tastes like... I just don't like it. However, I got the kids to try it. They fucking love it. So,
It's the novelty as well, isn't it? Of drinking out of a can.
Yeah. And then I've got Trip, the CBD drinks.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a normal sparkling water, and I've got Vinca, which is because I've tried loads of wine in cans and it always tastes like shit. And I am a wine snob, as we know.
Yep.
And I've found this brand called Vinca, who have also been brilliant with the whole partnership vibe. And they're completely organic, vegan wines.
Well, these guys are Ideas?
No, because the Ideas Fest one, the white was beautiful. I didn't like the red and the rosé, which is really difficult because I want the full range.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
And then when I looked at all of the wines that are available, Vinca actually you can't buy in many places, but anywhere that does sell it has got the highest reviews.
Nice.
So I've gone with the pale rosé and sparkling. Oh, yeah. And then I've got Fever Tree.
Yep.
The Mexican lime and the ginger beer, and then I have got Bombay and Bombay Sapphire and Tonic. So I feel like I have kind of matched most criteria.
I agree.
Met most criteria.
Yeah.
Although I've had a few people go, "Oh, there's nothing sweet in there for me with like a pink gin or like a sweet cosmopolitan or something." I was like,
there's time.
Maybe I'll add to it. But to start us off.
Also, summer you might seasonally change it.
Yeah, and we can
calendar.
get some seasonal specials. But it also means that we're now going to look at all of the party packages we do and revisit that.
Yeah.
Because I really want to go to town with that.
I fucking love an event. Like, anything. I loved planning our wedding. I love any client events. I really love that logistics. Like, how do we make this the fucking best that it can possibly be? I love it more than anything.
Wowzers.
Did you not know this?
No.
Oh,
be an event planner.
No. That'd be a nightmare.
Okay.
Well, because I think I trust your instincts, Nicole. I know that's quite negative. I love it, but I think I obsess over it. So it becomes...
You? Obsessed?
It becomes all-consuming.
Yeah.
Like, it's because it's riding on such a short period of when it launches or whatever, however long you've got it for, just obsess over it too much.
Not your jam then.
I do like them every now and then.
Might get you to help us do our party events. We should go to Moos and do our own private party and experience it ourselves.
Yeah.
Get my sister in there as well. Get Yaz. Get a nice group of us and do a Moos party. Oh yeah, you're down.
100%, yeah.
While we're talking about Moos and nails, can you talk to me about your nails, please?
Hope woke up at 4 a.m. the other morning, not very well, raging temperature, gave us some stuff. And then I did this half asleep.
Oh, you done them yourself? That's more forgiving then. I thought you actually went and paid
anyone to do
a
this.
salon for that.
Are you kidding me? No.
So I said to her earlier, what's going on? And she went, well, I'll tell you about it later. But she's got
boring.
a ring finger, different colour. You know that kind of went out 4 years ago. But
I don't care. I did it because we had a family Christmas meal on Sunday. We all went out for a Christmas meal. On the way there, Mum and Dad paid for everyone, very nice. On the way there, I said to Matt, I was like, just to manage your expectations, I think this meal could be care home vibes. That's where we've got to go. Because it's in it's with a bar on fucking, what are they called? Bowls Green. So I don't think they have in-house caterers. I think they outsource it. I don't know how often. They're all really old. I just thought it was going to be shit. And it was Christmas dinner. And it came out, it was pretty fucking nice.
Was it?
Yeah. I'd say that Eddie and Hope brought down the average age by about 20 years. No, that's unfair. It was a nice mix of people. It was a really nice, massive family meal. And they had a busker who was raising the whole thing. The chosen charity was Keach, and the busker done probably about 10 Christmas songs where everyone in the room sang along.
Oh, nice.
It was really nice. Yeah. Eddie
to get you in the festive spirit.
Huh? Eddie was a little fucking.
Why?
He was just excited. But you've got lots of older people, some of them on crutches, some of them really... Also, they'd packed out the tables. You know when you go to a wedding and you're all on circular tables and they are chair to chair, back to back, and then you've got waiting staff going round, dropping off the food. They add that, but you add a load of frail people and a load of young ones that are like running around in between these tiny little gaps. People with very hot food and some really overweight waiters.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's trying to squeeze through tiny gaps with hot things in their hands.
Oh.
It felt a bit like a hazard perception test. Bip, bip, bip. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I do now. I've never even known that there was such a thing as a hazard perception test, but I've just had a complete vision of it. So yes.
But we did it. You have to do your hazard perception test before you do your driving test. Don't know if it's a thing anymore.
I don't fucking remember.
What? Like, you used to have to, like, you'd go to the test centre and I don't know if it was part of your theory test, but you'd watch a video and you'd have to press a button every time you perceived a hazard.
Right. The age difference here is showing. I didn't do any of that. I went to a test centre and done my...
one driving lesson, one test.
Yeah. It was. My theory was multiple choice and pen and paper in Milton Keynes.
This was like one computer for everyone to use.
No, I didn't do any of that.
Oh, you're so old.
I am really. Fuck you!
Yeah!
You sassy bitch.
Anyway, right, back to the shit chat.
Yeah. So are you on board with the old elf on the shelf yet? Were you all two?
Fuck no.
Really?
I am holding off for as long as I possibly can.
I actually quite enjoy it, actually.
Right,
the problem is you started mean to go on. Like, don't go too crazy. I know, but don't go too crazy. We did put ours with loads of Nutella on the toilet last year, though.
Did you?
Yeah.
I thought last year you were doing the letters from the
we did do letters last year, and I done her first letter this year.
Okay.
And I used ChatGPT to write it. So I used ChatGPT I put in like all of the history of the elf, and the elf's name is Frankie.
You made an elf gender neutral.
I did, with the name Frankie, gender neutral. Sometimes she's a she, sometimes she's a he, sometimes it's they.
So she, they, him, her.
All the pronouns.
Fluid.
Yeah, completely. Pan, no, that's sexual, isn't it?
Fluid is...
Yeah, gender
so
fluid.
Who told me this
the other day? I don't know if there is such a thing as gender fluid.
Yes,
like male, female and non-binary.
Means that, but also means fluid in sexuality.
I thought that was pansexual. Either way, we've got an elf called Frankie.
Right, tell me about Frankie.
Frankie has started writing again. Frankie's lost her hat.
Her?
Her, yeah. She's a her now, because, yeah, that's it. She's lost her hat. Her pranks are a little bit shit.
Budget pranks.
Budget. But also she can't come out until after Martin's birthday, because that's when the Christmas decks come down.
Oh, see, I have a brother with a birthday on the 20th of November, and we are not allowed to talk about Christmas before then. Is Martin the same?
No, he's actually not fussed. It's something I've instilled, because his birthday's on the 8th of December, and I always say, like, we shouldn't put Christmas decks up or anything until Martin's birthday's done.
Happy birthday, you old fuck.
So Frankie came out on the 8th. We forgot, I think, on the first night, and then either way, yesterday.
So consistent.
I know, right? Either way, I got ChatGPT to write the letter. So I put in all of the background. She hurt her hand because she was in the freezer last year and got frostbite.
Note, listeners, this is how you prompt ChatGPT to give you decent answers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all in the brief.
I put Willow and Piper, their ages. I also said their behaviour's not been great. Their behaviour's actually we've been struggling with behaviour.
Yeah.
Pretty much the last 6 months, but we've been really struggling with their behaviour. And as parents, like, we've had to really come together as a team to try and figure this shit out, because it's been really, really tough. It's been quite violent. There's been lots of massive outbursts. And we're trying to just figure out what the fuck is going on. Mm-hmm. I read this article on ADHD in young girls the other day, and it literally described Piper to a T. Bless. Everything.
Yeah.
And I said to Martin, I'm not interested in getting her diagnosed. Okay. I don't want any of that. I'm not fussed. She is who she is.
Yeah.
But we do need to understand that she may be neurodiverse. Yeah. And she may, when this whole, like, when she just doesn't stop going at you to get her point across or whatever, there is definitely some ADHD tendencies there. Mm-hmm. It doesn't affect her schooling. It doesn't affect her relationships. Is
it ADHD or is it like compulsive, like not being able to stop behaviour?
It's that she has something in her head and she just can't stop. So even if you say, Pipe, wait a minute, she'll just keep going. But it's not that, but this like major outburst, like she loves really hard, and then her behaviour is like, she'll apologise very quickly. It doesn't take her long to calm down and then realise what she's done, but then she kind of love bombs as well. There's so many things that she does. Like, she's really messy, she's really disorganised, she's quite chaotic, but she's got so many like beautiful qualities. And we spoke to school about it and they don't think there's anything there, but also they've got classes of 30 and they've got some really challenging children in this year.
Yeah.
So actually her behaviour or anything she's going through at school is really minor.
Yeah. Well, that's reassuring.
It is reassuring, and I just think it's something for us to be aware of. Like I said, I have no interest in diagnosing her or anything like that. But anyway, so I wrote in ChatGPT about their behaviour, and I said, Frankie's lost her hat. And I would like to put in the story. I'd like you to write the first letter in a series of stories where the hat has been held by Santa until the behaviour of the girls improves.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, ChatGPT fucking nailed this letter. It was so beautiful, so beautifully done. And when I read it out to Martin, he got really emotional. He did, because it basically said, I'm rooting for you girls. You're my favourite small humans. And it was just really lovely. It was really beautifully done.
Nice, yeah.
So I need to put in today, like, an update on how it was. But when they sat and read the letter together, and they read one paragraph each, and I heard Willow saying to Piper last night, I really want Frankie to get her hat back. And she said in there, like, her head was really cold. So can you do your best to make sure I get my hat back?
Come on, ChatGPT.
And then, yeah, it was really, really lovely. But watching them read it, and then later on I heard Willow say, Pipes, yeah, I really want us to be good. I really want us to help Frankie get her hat back. Because I think this is probably the last year we've got of Willow, believing. And we found out the other day, one of her substitute teachers last year turned around to the whole class, only the ones that were listening, to say that Santa's not real and neither is Easter Bunny, and you guys are too old to think like that anyway. How bad is that?
Did you complain?
No, because she hasn't been there since. Just had one substitute teacher that came in and fucked up their lives.
Who told you?
Willow, she told me last week. Yeah, she was like, I don't know. She didn't say anything last year. And then I said to her, what do you mean? She goes, I just don't know if I believe in it anymore. I don't know if I think it's real or not. I was like, what makes you think that? And she went, well, this teacher told us last year that it's not real, but I didn't know if I believed her, if she was just being mean. And I was like, oh, mate, why didn't you tell me about that last year? And she went, I said, I don't know, like, who else was there? And she said a few other kids. So I spoke to one of the other kids' mums, who is like, she is like Santa's biggest fan, you know. And she was gutted. She was like, if I'd have known, then I would have complained last year. But Clem never said anything either, so I don't know. But I said to Willow about it, and I said, the thing is, babe, it's like religion as well. You know, you can believe in whatever you want.
Yes.
Whatever it makes you feel good. So some people will believe and some people won't. But if it makes you feel good, what do you believe? And she went, I kind of like it. And I said, well, believe it until you don't like it then.
It's the last year, isn't it?
Yeah. But also, she's a good egg. She'll make sure that Piper will believe.
She's so responsible, isn't she?
And too much sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the letters really work.
I take it back. Maybe I should start doing the
Well, like, the reason I'm talking about it with you is because I don't know if it would help with you and Eddie.
Probably, yeah.
Because he's at that age now, and because, like, it's not a parent. So we done it last year, and it really helped with them not fighting. And like Frankie had said about, you know, I know that there's been some violence and you've been a bit mean to the olds. So maybe, you know, Santa said I'm not allowed to get my hat back until I can get this house nice and calm. But I believe in you guys. You're my favourite. Like, it was so beautiful.
So how do you do it? Like, what does the routine look like? Where does the elf appear? Is it the next morning? Is it that evening?
So she'll move. Willow was really disappointed there was no pranks last night. But she also put in there, I'm one-handed. I'm not very good doing pranks at the minute because I've only got one hand because it's a permanent injury from my frostbite. So, you know... And so now they're like, oh, poor Frankie, like, she really hurt herself. And then Willow turned around and went, yeah, it was her own fault, though. She put herself in the freezer.
I love it. I do feel like our family is missing the magic of Christmas a little bit.
It's one of those things, like, it's a really lovely way of communicating what you want to the kids without it being you two.
Yeah.
Because our kids are sick of the sound of us parenting.
Oh, Eddie's bored of mummy like you wouldn't believe.
But can he read yet?
No.
No, so you'd have to read it to him.
Yeah, but it's a nice thing. So most nights we put Hope down and then we put Eddie down. And if Matt's there, we will do it together. And we sing the nighttime song, and that would be a really, really nice time to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe we hide the elf under his bunk bed. Like, I think you're right.
Because it doesn't need to be pranks at his age, but it could just be that the elf is there. Like, I feel a bit weird about, like, the elf is watching. I feel that's a bit weird. But, like, I put her on the top of the Christmas tree and she had, like, she'd cut off the tinsel and put it around her neck and stuff like that. But Willow was very disappointed this morning because she was just in a box of games and she'd eaten some of the biscuits. And she was just annoyed that there was no pranks. And she's actually done a little card to Frankie about what sort of pranks she wants to see this year.
All right.
Yeah, I know, bossy boots. Don't know where she gets that from. So, yeah, I'm hoping that it can kind of bring some peace and calm to the household because it has been
Do you think
really
it's too
tough.
late for me? Could I do it now?
He's not going to know. He's so little.
Yeah, he is, bless him.
Get yourself a cheapy one, like faux elf from Home Bargains or something.
Yeah, or Burnham.
Burnham, yes.
Shall we talk about ChatGPT?
Oh, yeah. So this video that I saw on socials going around, you've seen it as well, haven't you?
Trendy wend?
The trend of asking ChatGPT to write a story of a day in the life of you and your future. So I tried it.
And?
Oh, it was beautiful.
Do you want to read some of it?
I can do, actually, if you want. So you write a list, so I just done it in notes, of my future goals and desires. So my future goals, I'm really happy to share them, because I think if we put it out in the universe, it's going to fucking happen. So to be financially free, to have freedom and flexibility to make decisions based on what we want rather than what we have or don't have. To live in a beautiful home that we designed and built. To have a happy and healthy family, to spend lots of quality time together, to travel and explore the world as a family, to have thriving businesses, to set up commercial property business and it be thriving within the first year to give us abundance, to have multiple businesses that are bringing in an income that we live off to utilise my skills to help other people in the business, like in the industry, to have a group of 50 thriving salons within Moos and sell the company for 5 million by 2031, ready for my 50th celebrations. To have a happy and successful team who love working in the group, thrive in their work and are paid well for their contributions. Like, and there's something about it, when you're actually putting it together, it's not about the stuff. And that's what I was saying to you the other day, wasn't it? Like, it's not about the stuff that you have. It's about the life that you want to lead. I don't give a fuck about fancy cars. Like, I thought I would. Once upon a time, I probably would. I want a really safe car. I want a sexy car. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it's not the be all and end all. I'd rather travel.
Yeah.
And I know that everybody's different, but I don't want fancy handbags or fancy shoes. I have no interest in, like, having social media full of the big I am. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it for anybody else. I'm not doing anything I'm doing for anybody else other than the people around me that I love.
Yeah.
And me, obviously.
Yeah.
So I stuck it into ChatGPT. So you have to put in... I'm going to find my app now, sorry. So you have to put in, tell me a story of a day in the life of my future self based on this description. And then you put your future goals and desires. Shall I tell my story?
If you're happy to. Yeah.
I don't mind. It's a crisp sunny morning in 2031. You wake up in the home you and your family designed, a masterpiece of natural light, cosy corners and luxurious finishes that reflect the journey and achievements. As you sip your coffee on the terrace overlooking rolling countryside, your family gathers around for a slow breakfast. Laughter fills the air and you feel immense gratitude for this life you have built. After breakfast, you step into your home office where you manage a portfolio of thriving businesses. Your commercial property enterprise has exceeded expectations, providing consistent income and opportunities for others. Today, you have a meeting with a young entrepreneur whom you're mentoring, helping them structure their business for growth, a task that feels fulfilling and aligned with your desire to give back. Later, you check in with the Moos team. The group has flourished, now 50 salons strong with happy, successful teams who feel valued and empowered. The excitement is palpable as you finalise plans to sell the business for 5 million, a milestone perfectly timed for your upcoming 50th birthday celebrations. Your team is celebrating their success alongside you, and you know you've left behind a legacy of opportunity and excellence. In the afternoon, you pack for a family trip to explore the Amalfi Coast. Travel is now a regular part of your life, blending adventure and connection with the people you love most. As the sun sets, you share a quiet moment with your partner, reflecting on how far you've come, not just in achievements, but in living the life you've always dreamed of. That evening, surrounded by your family, you toast to the future knowing that your journey has just begun. The foundation you've built is solid and the freedom you've created allows you to embrace whatever comes next with excitement and purpose.
How'd you feel?
I'm fucking excited. Like, it's lovely because it's all my desires, isn't it, in one? Are you a bit emotional?
Yes.
Are you?
Yeah.
How come?
It just made me feel something.
Oh.
In a lovely way. Like it when you start to talk about travel.
Yeah, because that's really what I want. I want a home that I feel safe and secure in.
Yeah.
But I want to travel and I want to explore the world with these kids. If I could do it now, I would. I'd take them out of school and just travel the world with them.
Yeah.
And then you can add in, create a daily schedule that'll help me achieve this life. Yes. Fucking hell. Okay. So,
Here we go.
I'm not sure I'm going to be following this just yet, but I'm going to give it my best shot. So here's a structured daily schedule to help you work towards your future goals while maintaining balance and focus on personal well-being, family and business success. And it's got 6 till 7 morning routine, 7 till 8. It's basically given me an entire schedule from 6 in the morning until 10 at night.
Nice. And how many days into the schedule are we?
I haven't done it. I did get up and do a workout this morning, but yeah. Me and Martin are too into a couple. We're watching these programmes at the minute, which we're absolutely loving. So every Monday it's quite a late one.
What's the programme?
Well, we got 3.
Oh.
Tulsa King has just finished.
Right.
Sliced Alone.
Yeah.
Have you seen it now?
No.
And then Yellowstone.
Yes.
Oh, fucking
Which-
hell. Oh.
We've started watching something of the Jackal. What's that? I sound like my mum. God. Day of the Jackal? Something like that.
Mate, get on board with Yellowstone, please.
Yeah, go on. What's the third?
I just want to be Beth. And when you were there, we're talking about being sassy earlier, and like you're due on your period, and when you're having your sassy day, you like don't give a fuck, do you? Just say what you want to say.
Yeah.
You don't really care.
No.
And as my friend Liz would say, how many fucks do I give? None. And it is Beth. Like, you just want to embrace your inner Beth. Like, stop caring about what people think. Show the fuck up. I'm looking at you because we talked about videos as well, and I need Nick to start doing videos.
So, I have had a profound 24 hours. I have invested £50 in meeting with a psychotherapist / psychic. Holy fuck.
How did it go?
Well, I spoke to you straight up. Of course, I was going to ring my person.
Sorry, Matt.
Speed dial number 1. To be fair, if Matt had been at home, he was at work at the time, and you were like, are you okay? There may have been some tears on the call, but it was fascinating. She is intuitive, perceptive, but also backed by science. So the session was probably an hour, and she said, she started and was like, so how are you? Right, okay. I'm sensing that you need to, like, a story to break this in, that you're not 100% ready to, like, go straight in first. So I'm just going to tell you a bit about me. I hope that's okay. And I was like, okay. But I didn't even know I felt like that. I needed a little icebreaker.
It's hard to be like telling someone exactly how you feel when you've never met them before, isn't it?
I feel quite anxious in these environments. I don't, like, I start...
It's really vulnerable, isn't it?
Oh, God, but I start getting the shakes. Like, when I start talking about how I feel and, like, peeling back the layers and start talking about experiences, oh, it's happening now. I start getting really, like...
Anxious?
Like, nervous energy.
Okay.
So I can't even remember what shit she started with initially, and then she was like, okay, so... I'm part of a Southwood social hub, and she'd put a post out to say, I've got some capacity. If you want a session, here's how you book on. And I saw it and I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I want to have a go.
I was feeling really, like, confused. I felt like I was depressed. I just felt frustrated, unhappy, like not aligned to what I was doing across everything. And I said to Matt last week, or at the weekend, I think I think I need to get a job. I think I need to get a job. I'm not enjoying Wild Bird as much. And Matt was like, you do realise we have this conversation every 3 months. It has to stop. Maybe you should get a job, because I'm not sure if you're happy. And then I obviously got quite upset about that. So yeah, I have been really struggling, and I think that you have noticed that I've been struggling. And I couldn't put my fucking finger on it. I thought it was fear of success, fear of failure. Something is stopping
you've been
me.
questioning loads lately, haven't you?
Oh my God.
But also, like, been sensitive.
Yeah,
you've
really
been, like,
sensitive.
really concerned that... Had some really bad knocks as well, but you've been worrying so much. And you do that whole, like, you okay, like, real deflecting. But normally you're always check in. But it's like, don't talk about me, I want to talk about you.
Yeah.
I want to give you advice, I want to help you, I want to fix everything for you. What can I do for you? Like, so where's it come from?
So, well, there are two large parts to it. One is you end up being, is how she described it to me, you end up being what you didn't get when you were a child. And this is no fault of anyone else's. Everyone is just trying to be the best version of themselves, trying to do what they know that they can. No one fucking knows. And also, when we were growing up, our parents had no fucking clue about any of this shit. So, disclaimer, no blame here. But one of my earliest memories, I'm sure I've told you this, is my mum standing in front of the mirror and her saying, I was sat on, she's got this little wicker chair that I think my sister made, still in her bedroom now, tiny little stool, and I was sat on it. Mum and Dad have got like a wall of mirrored wardrobes. And she stood in front of this mirror. I think she was going out, she was wearing something. She said, do I look fat? I said, no, Mummy, you're beautiful. From that point on, I felt like it was my mission to make her happy.
Oh.
Like, to make her feel safe, to make her feel beautiful, to make her see what I could see. And that's what I do now. I'm a people pleaser. I spend my time lifting other people up. I bend over backwards to do that. And so she was asking about my parents. So I told her that story, told her a bit about my family life, told her about my siblings, explained that I've always been the joke, like you're the mistake of the family. You're not part of the original family. The joke that's not a joke. Do you know what I mean? And then I explained a bit about my dad and how, like, he avoids emotion, avoids talking about it, just buries, and then will blow. So we spoke about that. And she said, can I just, when you came onto this call, do you know what you did? I was like, no, not at all. She spent all of your energy making sure I was okay. All of your energy. Trying to make me feel comfortable. Where you have paid for this session. And you show up. And your first objective is to make me feel comfortable.
Typical NB style.
That's hard, like, yeah. She said, I'm not going to let you do it. I'm not going to let you people please. You won't get that here in this space. Then she was like, how are you feeling about work? And I was like, just feel really like...
meh.
Yeah, like unaligned. I don't know if I'm on the right track. She said, I feel like you're going round and round and roundabout and you've got all these different avenues to go down and you're not going down any of them. You're just going round and round and round this roundabout. Round and round and round and round. I could do this, I could do this, I could do this.
What's that called? Something paralysis, isn't it? It's not like decision paralysis, but it's like a form of procrastination, isn't it?
I did say paralysis yesterday. Yeah, definitely. And then she said, you spend all of your other time making sure everyone else is okay. Who's looking after you? And then we started talking about work, and she was like, the more that you look for validation in other people, the bigger this hole is going to feel in you. We need to fix this. Tell me about what else is going on. And she's just so perceptive. Like, she can hear what is going on here before I even say it. And as well as trying to unravel the psychology side of why I am the way that I am. She apologised and said I wouldn't ask you these. Usually if we were working together it'd be over a longer period. I wouldn't ask you these direct questions. I was like, I don't care, I want help as quickly as possible. I'm not bothered about that. And then she said, so you have avoidance attachment. You will bury all of your feelings because they're not important, they don't matter. Everyone else's feelings do, yours don't. Bury. And then guess what happens? You're more like your dad than you realise, because they just
erupt.
And they erupt at Matt. not in like a fucking with the table, like none of that, but I do have emotional outbursts. And they're so confusing because it could be anything.
Mm.
And then she said lots of what's going on is driven by a fear of rejection. And I was like, oh, okay.
It's why you get so hurt if someone's left the bit, like if someone said they don't want to work with you anymore, or if someone says they don't like something. Yeah.
So I spoke about the double dumpings, and she was like, right, okay. You are constantly, if we want to get spiritual about this, you are on this plane to combat rejection. And it is so deep, it goes back thousands and thousands of years. And in every life, you are being rejected consistently and constantly. And every single time it's a lesson, but you're not learning from the lesson.
So you're going to keep coming back, getting rejected until you learn. So what are we going to do about it?
So every time that it happens, my conscious, subconscious, past life, all of that shabazz just brings back every single memory of every time it's happened in the past. Mm-hmm. And I obsess over it and I live in it and I wallow in it. So her solution is she did a visualization where she asked me to describe where it is in my body, shut my eyes, what does it look like, what's the shape? And it was like, you know when you get those ton weights, the angular with the handle on my chest.
Oh wow.
I said, that's what it feels like. She was like, okay, just lift it up and put it on the desk for me. Which I did. And she said, I want you to look at it, which I did. She said, and now I want you to see it vanishing. It's gone. Like that. I think that's NLP. I think. So it went. And then she said, now I want you to think of the happiest memory that you have. And it was the kids for me. And she asked me to describe it as a colour and as an object. And then to replace that feeling across, like to explode that from my heart and then replace that feeling across my chest. You're back in the room. How'd you feel? And the rejection was gone. Like the feeling of rejection, the fresh stuff, completely gone. So what you need to do is where it sits in your body. She also asked when I was a kid, how I would deal with anger, frustration or upset. Like if someone had really hurt you, what would you do? And I would take myself off to my room and sob my heart out into my bed. Like into the pillow, without anyone knowing. And really wallow in that feeling. I just presume that's what every other fucker did as well. I've got no clue. How did you deal with?
I don't know, actually. I was just thinking that, like, if I was asked that question, I used to cry a lot as a teenager. I remember I was always like the one that cried. Do you know what I mean? I was always a talker, so I'd probably talk about it until people got annoyed. Which happens, like, still to this day. Like, you're still banging on about this.
So, I don't know whether to get San Pellegrino drinks or...
I do. I have to work things out, but it's the same with feelings. Like, I keep talking about it. Poor old Martin listened... Like, when I parted ways with a really good friend of mine, it was heartbreaking. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done. And it was a conscious parting. I think on both parts, to be honest. I talked that through for 18 months.
Yeah.
And he kept on saying, I think you're living a lot more in her head than you're living in hers.
What?
I
think
think
you live in yours?
She's living in your head a lot more than you are in hers. That's what he kept on saying.
She's consuming some of your brain
he said,
power.
like, you are literally obsessing about this. You're consuming yourself with it. You are constantly talking. He goes, I don't mind, bless his little heart. I don't mind you talking about anything. He said, but it's you can't process it. I said, but this is me processing it. I have to talk it out. I have to think of every scenario or every reason behind it. So I'd probably have done that.
See, I thought that I was quite good at communicating my emotions and my feelings. I don't fucking think I am.
I don't know. I think I can tell what mood you're in or how you're feeling.
But I don't think I communicate it.
I don't think you'd need to. You're quite verbal. Like, you can tell if Nick's in a good mood, or like this morning, old sassy McFucking sassy. But I also find that funny.
But
I'm not sensitive about it. Like,
no.
you could like.
I think I feel more like myself today. That's probably why.
Yeah.
But the other thing she said was, like, you're a people pleaser at heart. So let me share something and you tell me if this is accurate or not. This is not with Matt, but with your friendships, with your relationships, with clients, you come in as the saviour. You come in here and you bend over backwards to make this person okay. So you're here, you're doing everything that you possibly can, everything that you can, bending. But you're not communicating that you don't feel on a level with them. So then you start to think, fuck this. I'm not going to carry on doing this when they're not appreciating it. So you trying to get on a level with them. And then guess what? Client or friend or whoever it is goes, what the fuck are they doing? Like, Nick's not doing what she was before. Why is she now, like, stepping up to this plate? Like, how dare she? What's she doing? Because you're not communicating any of this. But you feel the disconnect because you are doing far too much because you're living in people pleaser.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then if I look back at
then you're getting the rejection.
Yeah.
Because you're showing up different to how you were in the beginning.
Yeah. And then if I look back to a lot of the business relationships and the things that have happened over time, that's definitely a pattern.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So do you feel that people then take advantage of you and then you get fucked off?
Yeah, well, she said...
I've seen that, actually. Yeah. Now you put that like that, I've seen you do that with clients.
Yeah. She said, you are super susceptible, which I have known for a long while, and I keep learning the lesson. Not making the same mistakes again, but it does happen again and again, is I'm super susceptible to people that are going to take advantage because I'm a people pleaser. So I'll always come on at this level. And if someone is there and can recognise it, they'll just continue on. Yeah. And I'll continue to not say anything. And then you
get, like, spicy and go, I'm not going to have this. I'm not going to have someone take advantage. And they're like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Oh.
So the other thing, like, she was calling out behaviour on the call. Like, we were talking about Matt and how I deal with certain things. And I'd given her an example. And she shared something back. And I said, oh, right, so I just need to do this, this and this. And she was like, okay, I take that you don't want to talk about this. And that's fine. But I just want you to recognise what you did there. You've completely shut me down. And I was like, fuck, like, you can't, you are so exposed and so vulnerable because she can read you, because she's got the science backed behind her. Like, it was fascinating to be on.
Was it uncomfortable though at some point?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Like, you're fully exposed.
I know, but to have someone telling you what you're doing wrong, like,
yeah.
Ooh.
It all came from a place of love. Like, it wasn't, I'm not saying that she loves me, but it came from a good place. It was never like pitched as like I never took offence, which is wonderful because I'm super sensitive, as you well know, because I've got fear of being rejected. So the advice, what I need to do now is, and one of my comments initially was, I just feel like it shouldn't be this fucking hard. Like, I feel like I'm wading through shit. And I don't want to fucking feel like it anymore. And she went, it shouldn't be like that. And it's not going to be like that. And even just having someone say that to me was like, fuck. Oh, my fucking Christ. Brilliant. So, my homework is, I've got to live out the rejection.
Right.
So I need to do what Nicole is comfortable doing, which is sobbing my heart out in private. Bring the rejection up out of my body and release it.
And but I think also going forward, like, how are you going to prevent that from happening? How are you going to take on that rejection?
Carly's given me, like, multiple things to work on, like multiple things to, like, check myself before I go into any client environment, ensuring that I'm aligned. But so once I've exercised this thousands of years of rejection, which is always going to be work in progress, I will then be, she just said, I've just seen something and I'm going to share it. I see you in the bath with a candle, writing down what you want from your life. And that's it. That's it. Release the rejection and do that. And then you are coming from a place of love rather than lack.
And going forward, don't take it so personally. I know it's going to be difficult.
Well, it's more, for me, it's more going, Oh, that's why I care about it so much. And her personality is very similar. And her biggest tip was embrace the rejection. Embrace it.
And learn
because
from
it's
it.
a learning.
Yeah, okay.
So, how do I feel afterwards? I feel like I've got clarity.
Yeah.
I feel like someone has defined what the fuck is going on and why I was feeling so shit about it. But trying to explain to Matt that I'm holding on to some rejection that's thousands of years old to a man that does not believe in reincarnation was a little bit testing.
Did he just laugh at you?
No, he knew that I was doing this, and he was like, "Oh, fucking hell, right, here we go." Here are things that Nick's tried to fix her. Fucking brilliant.
Well, it's better than the last one we done, wasn't it? That psychic reading, virtual. Fuck!
Or the Mind Valley, that one. Why haven't I won the Amaze House, for fuck's sake?
So, yeah, we did do that, didn't we? And then we both sacked it off after paying for 2 months. I was like, I couldn't do it.
£50
It's always about, mind you, the online reading was 20 quid.
I think mine was more.
Was it?
I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. It makes me really...
I know, because, I mean, the tarot reading, and afterwards, I remember saying to you, like...
I don't think we've spoken about it on here.
No, so Nick saw this tarot reader, it was recommended. She was over in Africa, I think. Kenya, yeah. And Nick was telling me about it, and I was like... She could do a tarot reading from Kenya online. I'm not sure I believe in all that shit anyway, but...
I do. But yeah,
but Nick was like, "Yeah, it was amazing. She's told me I've got something like I'm going to be winning something in 2 days, like all of this." I was like, "Fuck it, I'll have a go." I came out of that call and I remember Martin looking at me going, "How was it?" I was like, "It's all right." Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, she kept on banging on about me, and I recorded it on my video, my voice notes. I've not listened to it again, and I actually want to burn it if I could. But she was saying to me that I've got a very controlling, like, person in my life, and I need to remove that person. She was going on and on. You controlling? Fuck off. And I was like, she goes, is your partner controlling? I was like, no. And she was like, are you sure? And she kept on questioning it. Have you got a business partner? And I was like, it just kept on making me question everything. And I walked away from it going, I don't think I believed in any of that, but I'm not sure. And it took me about a week to process it, to then sack it off and go, no, it was bullshit.
No, fuck her.
No, fuck it. It was all bullshit, because I thought about it, I've analysed it, I've looked over my notes. Nope, fuck that, bullshit.
I went into Matt and was like, are you going to surprise me in about 3 days' time?
He's like, well, not anymore.
Is this a trap?
What? Miraculous, like, £150,000 pay rise.
Hello, Amaze. I think you're trying to reach me.
It was so funny. And then, like, a couple of days ago, I just said, I haven't even listened to it. I don't want to relive that bullshit. But it only cost £20. So, like, it was a good experience. But we do try some shit, don't we?
Yeah.
And it's not just spiritual shit. The Mind Valley manifest. Oh, actually, maybe it is.
No, where's that bullshit buzz?
Yeah, but this sounds, because it's not so woo-woo. I don't mind trying stuff, but...
No. And we did, when were we in the car and I was researching, like, going to see spiritual people, and it was...
yeah, we were going to Rushton or something, weren't we?
But, yes, you're right. So I'd really like to work with Carly long term. I was like, what does this cost, really? So she gave me the figure, and she likes to work with people over 3 months.
And how much is it? £1,111.
Yeah.
And how often do you see her?
Every 2 weeks, for 2 hours.
1111.
Yeah.
It's like angel numbers, isn't it?
Yeah, that's her number.
Yeah, so then she's not going to change that.
No, I hope not. But each session is 2 hours.
I don't know if I could do that for 2 hours.
Oh, right, fucking hell. I would introduce, if you want to meet her, like, say, it's up to you.
Yeah, I don't know. The problem is, I take on people's opinions, and I think about it, and I analyse it, and I'll go over it in my head.
Same, yeah.
And then I'll make a decision. And at the minute, I kind of just feel like I don't want any more noise.
Yeah.
I'm so tunnel visioned at the minute. I don't know if I could take on any more noise. But also, I'm starting the Goldman Sachs thing.
Oh yeah, you don't.
In February, and there's going to be a lot of information.
Yeah,
and it's going to be business information. I don't think I can merge the two.
Agreed. Yeah, but she is doing one-off sessions in December.
Is she? I'd be really open to doing like a one session. I don't know. I just don't know if I could be bothered to have someone tell me what's right and wrong. That's their opinion. You know, like there is a little bit of that now. I don't know if it's an age thing or whether I just got to the point of going, I just don't know if I can be fucking arsed with someone else's opinion, because it changes everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, and because you are like the next level problem solver, if she sticks a problem in front of you about you might want to think about fixing this, you're going to want to try and fix it.
Yeah, I just feel like I've got loads at the minute.
Yeah. Do you not want 1,000 years of rejection to deal with?
I don't think I do, no. I think I'm okay.
Okay, yeah.
I've definitely had many lives, though.
Yeah. I thought it was quite reassuring that I've been around for 1,000 years, frankly. I thought it was really reassuring. So Matt Bilham's reaction, that he was working last night, so I delivered it on a phone call, which is probably best for us, communication-wise, because then I don't have to read his, like, what the fuck face whilst I'm trying to talk about my 1,000 years of rejection. So it's...
I can just imagine Matt's face, because he's so matter of fact as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's so like...
He was like, his response was...
Here she goes.
What do you mean 1,000 years?
Do you know how old you are, Nick?
Yeah, that's not possible. Scientifically, I was like, yeah, don't come up with science right now. Like, that's not where this is coming from. I said, Han, it just depends if you believe in reincarnation. He just went, absolutely not.
Tap it out. You've lost me.
And he's like, I was started, bless him, like he was driving, but I was on his phone. So he's driving away, and I said,
has he got someone else in the car with him?
No, thank God. He's driving. So I said, do you want me to tell you what happened? Like, that's me sense checking. Are you in the right headspace to hear about this? And he was like, yeah, go on then. He said, just so you're aware, you are on my phone. I'm doing my best to hear everything that you can say, because he knows if I'm like, why are you listening? What the fuck? The explosion.
The rejection's coming out. It's oozing.
Don't reject this idea that I've
leaky pipe.
God. So he did really, really well, but it's more the reincarnation piece of like, so I've got rejection that's like every time it's like triggering 1,000 years of rejection. What do you mean? 1,000 years? You're 37. We did have a constructive conversation this morning. I said, what do you think about yesterday? And he was
just picture Matt's face.
He would have hung up and gone, fucking crazy bitch. Fucking insane. I said to him, I was like, who knew that you'd be married to a woman that's got 1,000 years of rejection baggage with her? And he went, I wouldn't quite phrase it like that. Poor Matt Bilham.
Poor Matt.
So,
that is so funny. My face hurts. It's so funny.
To be fair, when we spoke this morning, because he is well out of his comfort zone on this, like completely, and I'm going, so I just need to exercise it. Like, I need some time by myself so I can cry into a pillow and just let it, like, feel it and let it out. And he's going,
it's like, are you okay, hon?
Yeah. Do you think you'll have that done before the weekend? Okay.
Do you need me around for this?
What do we do with the dog while you're having an exorcism? But to be fair, I said, what do you think? Like, you've had some time and some sleep to think about it. And he was like, yeah, I think it's good. Like, he's obviously putting the reincarnation to one side and just said, like, I know that you haven't been right, and we'd kicked around, like, is it fear of failure, is it fear of success, are you just unhappy?
Yeah. Bless
him, the man deserves a medal for the turbulent life that he leads with me, my emotional roller coaster. And he said, it's so obvious, I'm just gutted that we didn't define it, like, between us, because really, if you track it and trace it back, it's clear that that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, exorcism, manifestation done. By March, I'll be in a much different place.
I think so. But you'll make that happen.
Yeah, well, I've got
You
to
don't
commit.
need someone else to do that for you.
No. I've got to sit. She did send me something this morning, which was very nice. Should I share it?
Yeah.
And then I did my ChatGPT thing.
Oh, yeah.
So, I will not rescue you, for you are not powerless. I will not fix you, for you are not broken. I will not heal you, for I see you in your wholeness. I will walk with you through the darkness as you remember your light.
Amazing.
Nice.
So that's what you've got to say to yourself when you're taking on new business and you're not just trying to fix it for everybody. You're just, you are there to do your job. And it's, and we talked about a scenario this morning, didn't we? And I was like, it's not your job to fix it.
Yes, totally. So
I feel like you just need to do that. You need to have that reminder. Your Post-it note.
Yeah.
Instead of just ask a fucking question, it should be it's not your job to fix
it. It's not your responsibility.
Yeah.
So I've got 2 Post-it notes. One is it's not your responsibility, and the other one is you make them feel seen, you make them feel heard. They have the solution in themselves. You are not here to fix or to rescue.
Yes.
That's it.
And how does that sit with you?
Perfectly.
Does it?
Yeah.
Does it relieve you a little bit? Oh my God,
yes, yeah. So we're talking about some scenarios.
It's fucking exhausting being you, isn't it, Poppy?
I'm just talking. Well, I just feel like I'm listening, going, "Where's the solution? Where's the solution? Where's it?" Pow, 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 pow. Like in fucking a maze, like trying to find while someone's unraveling.
But I've actually felt you do that with me.
Yeah.
And you're so actively like you want to help, and I keep saying to you like, but you've got to charge me, or you need to give me a quote, or you need to, you can't just do this for the love of it or for the love of me. Like we're working together.
Here we are.
And you're like, no, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what? Just take it. No. It's so funny.
Oh fuck.
ChatGPT. Should we finish up? I don't want to rush it to an early close like last time. What was that word you used? I'd never heard the gooch.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of that before. And you said that was like kicking the gooch or something.
No, it was like pulling out. So when Amy makes a decision to do something, she wants it acted on immediately. Yeah. Apart from when she sweats the small stuff like San Pellegrino versus I can't even remember the name.
Oh,
like,
Dash.
Shall I? Like, and she'll sit on that decision for at least 2 weeks.
But if I've made the decision, I'm done.
She's in. Like, she's like, can it happen yesterday, please? Like, come the fuck on, Bridget, now.
I am really impatient.
Oh my God.
I know. Does it bother you a lot?
No.
I'm really when I've made a decision, I know it's the right decision. We just got to go with it.
Yes, yeah, I like that. It's proactive. Like at least you're getting some. I find the sweating of the small stuff fucking hilarious because you will literally your little brain will be going. I don't know where to go. What about this? What about this? What about this?
The same as the 12 Days of Christmas video.
Yeah, that. Like, when else have you done it? Like, your summer party? Like, I don't know whether to do this. Like, because the girls' birthdays, and I've got to sit here and listen to, yeah, I know. It's actually probably the one time that I don't people please and try to fix this, because you're just going, da-da-da-da, so I do this tiny little, like, dance, Amy dance, that, shall we go over here? Shall we go over there?
I don't want to fix myself.
It's very endearing. Very endearing.
Oh, it's not at all.
I think it's
But
brilliant.
when I've made a decision, I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so, and that's exactly what happened when it didn't record last week. You just went, right, that's the end then. I'm done. I think I was mid-sentence. I genuinely, what I said was, it felt like you've pulled out and jabbed me in the gooch. By mistake. Like, your little willy has been squished on my gooch.
What the fuck is a gooch?
Just your fucking perineum. Like, well, I don't know how you don't know this.
I've never heard of it. And Nick turned around to me and went, how do you not know that when you deal with like intimate waxing, the job you do?
Like I put it that
way.
No,
fannies. Yeah. How do you not know this? And I was like, I've never heard of this. Like, is this even a British terminology? And you went, fuck you, of course it is. And then we looked it up.
Fuck you, of course it is.
American slang. I was like, oh, there we go. Maybe that's why I've never heard of it before.
Gooch.
So there we go, new word for the vocabulary.
Are you finished?
Yeah, I am actually.
Do you need a wee-wee?
Yeah, I do. But I feel like we should listen to your ChatGPT story.
No.
And then finish up with that.
No.
You don't want to share it?
I can share it, but
I'm just
imagine...
giving you pre-warning. I'm not hitting you in the gooch. I'm not doing anything. I'm not coming to an early
I'm finished. Oh, good. I'm glad you sorted yourself out. So I briefed it in with a load of shit about life, and then it spat this out. No, I can't read it all. Like, this must be boring for other people. Fuck no. It's too long.
Is it?
Yeah, you've done yours. Maybe to be continued. Because you are also about to wet yourself.
Do you want to stop making the decision for me? Like, I'm okay.
Not people pleasing now, am I? Cunt.
No. No, you're not.
Am
Come
I
on.
reading this? Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Right, I'll just read the visualisation piece. The early morning light filters softly through the bedroom curtains and you wake naturally. No alarm, no rush. There's a sense of quiet confidence in your body, an understanding that you're exactly where you're meant to be. You lie still for a moment, listening to the gentle hum of the household as Matt brews coffee downstairs and the distant chatter of Eddie and Hope beginning their day. Your heart fills with gratitude. Everyone is content, settled, happy. The air feels lighter, your mind untroubled, and your spirit is calm. This is peace. You slip out of bed, pad downstairs, and greet Matt with a warm smile. You wrap your arms around each other with a silent acknowledgement of how far you've both come. He kisses your forehead and you both laugh about something small. No tension, just an easy, loving exchange. The bickering is there sometimes, sure, but it no longer carries the heavy weight of threats or fears. It's just life, simple and honest. Eddie and Hope sit around the kitchen table giggling over breakfast. Eddie's behaviour has turned a corner, he's more present, more at ease. Hope's eyes shine with delight as she talks about her day ahead. You feel a surge of joy at their happiness. Being a mother in this season of life is fulfilling, even fun. They're thriving and so are you. After goodbyes and hugs, they're off. Eddie to school, Hope to her activities. Leaving you and Matt exchanging knowing smiles. Everything feels aligned. You open your laptop in your home office, a space that reflects your personality, warm textures, art you love, notes of encouragement. Wild Bird, your business, hums along confidently. Your diary shows a handful of one-to-one strategy sessions with owner-founders. These clients aren't just clients, they're partners in impact. Your work now is so perfectly matched to your talents, strategies, sales, and marketing coaching, that it feels effortless. You look at your schedule and the names of the clients who truly value your input. There's no dread, only excitement. You have financial freedom, the power to choose who you work with, and it all feels so balanced. You have 2 partners. Both have brought in new opportunities. You're gaining tractions in areas that once felt unreachable. The ease at which you attract the right projects is astounding. You were born to do this. Beyond that, the money flows more steadily now. There's a buffer growing and the end is visible. It's liberating. Your first client call begins. The founder is grateful for your insights. And as you guide them through a challenging sales strategy, you realise how naturally this wisdom comes to you. Your client ends the call inspired and appreciative. You feel their energy lift, and that spark of making a real difference fuels you. You stand, stretch, and take a moment to revel in the freedom of it all. You're working on your terms, from home, and still able to travel globally to deliver workshops. That balance of rooted comfort and expansive experience is intoxicating. This goes on. I'll read you the bit that's relevant for us. Mm-hmm. You check a message from Amy. Together you're moving forward with the SAS pension plans and purchasing your first commercial property. It feels like a big step, but you have the right team in place. The pressure doesn't feel heavy. It's more like a welcome challenge, a sign of growth. Everything is lining up. Your finances, your career, your relationships. And mine is fucking...
I mean, it's really long, but
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Yeah. I might read the last bit. So after tucking in Eddie and Hope, you and Matt unwind in the living room. bow, chicka. No, just joking. Maybe there's a film on, or maybe you just talk softly about your future travels, the next workshop in a new city, or the steady accumulation of your financial safety nets. There's no anxiety about what tomorrow brings, only excitement. Before drifting off to sleep, you step outside for a moment. The cool night breeze touches your skin. You inhale deeply, feeling grateful, abundant, connected. You are living the life you truly deserve, and it's so natural that it feels like it was always meant to be this way. As you close the door behind you, you head to bed. You know tomorrow will bring its own set of challenges, but you will meet them with calm confidence and clarity, because you have it all. The peace, the family, the work, the balance. You're exactly where you need to be.
Oh, I love that.
Me too. I let Matt read it this morning, and he said, the cold night breeze. Does ChatGPT know that you fucking hate the cold?
Well done, Matt.
So well.
Oh, that was lovely.
Yeah, cheers, ChatGPT. That's good.
Yeah,
That
good.
exorcism manifestation.
Are we done?
Jab.
Jab in the gooch. Boom. Have it.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening.
Don't forget to give us a cheeky follow. wild_moos.
And if you've got anything that you want to hear from us, or if you've got any questions, please just ping us a DM. We'd love to hear from you.
And please subscribe.
Bye.